not understand the constraint and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Baka, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elesa Vanche from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is, to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Dillon, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Baka, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elesa Vanche from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Taylor, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Walker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K.O.K. and Princess Alessa Vanche-Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you told us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you for us? So why the rest press not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No justice for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest show your kids can't hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you not no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. You say you was going to change things.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing changes.
Okay, folks.
This you made you and your rescue team. Stay, we're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two.
From across Liberia,
They can't conclude.
this is Freedom Hub on Freedom 87.9 FM.
For the Liberian people suffering, you dancing, you wish on.
With Princess
For the Liberian people suffering,
Oliver Khan.
tell me who you
My name is Al Jerome Roosevelt.
the rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue.
If you're sitting under that tree,
I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue?
on the keke, in the taxi,
Him, the people.
on the
And you
bus,
say you came to rescue.
those of you sitting under that tree,
The people say not like this.
stay in your office.
Yama, 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 hey.
Welcome to the biggest afternoon show across Liberia.
Yama, 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 hey. We tired living on some-
Another day,
sama, sama, sama.
another discussion. If you follow us via the internet, I'd like to say welcome.
Mr. Rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, now who you came to rescue?
And I can confirm that on Monday, our princess will be ready
Rescue. Let me ask
to rumble.
Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you.
And so on behalf of the team,
Hey, you coming to rescue your people.
this is how we're going to drive you this lovely, lovely Thursday.
So you will be the hero for your experience. But why you for us?
Plenty of things happening across Liberia.
No job, no food.
From Lofa to Bond County.
No just for the
From Bond to Grand Jide.
on the rest that show your kids can hope.
From Jide to Nimba.
No opportunity for the youth.
From Nimba back to the capital, Monrovia. And then you go to Grand Cape Mount.
Me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you not love. Mr. Rescue.
Oh, yes.
I just wanna ask you one question, that who you came to.
We will cross to Grand Jide County to talk to Abu
The people what they want, then you say
to give us the latest happenings as far as the CDC anniversary is concerned from that part of Liberia.
you say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes.
So, seditious,
Since you made
get ready to know what's happening.
stay, we're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather came to rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue.
When you have come to rescue and the same people asking you
Question that who you came to rescue.
who you came to rescue,
You not
you
get
must know that it's not easy.
then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what yama yama.
You know, as a coach, when you on having a team, and then one player they're causing nuts in your ear. Look at that number, that number now all day. And then you go pull a player, then okay, folks, welcome. Like I said, on behalf of our young Chief Oliver Khan, our unique, outspoken princess. My name is I'm here once again. Together we will drive you through, and we're in a republic that is, I don't know if I can say, or I'm free to say, is well composed. I don't know. But I'm careful because I don't just want to say something and then other people get agitated. So perhaps, presumably, or it is composed. But like I said, we will cross in a few minutes. We're going to cross to Abu Sharif to give us some of the information to fill us in with things happening from Grand Jide County as far as the CDC anniversary program is concerned. So Abu will fill us in. He will give us the latest. Abu and team representing Freedom FM. They are there in Grand Jide County. And so we are expecting that call. We're still talking about the drug issue in Liberia, $19 million drugs, talking about US bucks. The government is struggling. And even if you were to put, what would I say, a safety jacket on the government of Liberia and put them in that pool, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle because that's what's happening with the drug issue in the country. And the latest, yesterday we spoke about it. And that is why, you have to be thankful. You have to be grateful for Freedom FM. Day before yesterday, the government of Liberia, as we're with the call from Abu in 3 minutes, and this is one of our talking points, the government of Liberia, through the information ministry, said that the Solomar border issue with Guinea and Liberia was resolved. It was okay. In his war, in PR war, the people on the Guinean side of the border, they were doing their normal things. The soldiers of the Republic of Guinea retreated and went back to the capital, Conakry. In this war, we are not diplomats to say, oh, we're following the issue. We speak on issues that come. And sometimes we follow up based on the investigation of our, reporters. We do not sit in diplomatic meetings to give outcome between countries and countries. This issue come out before we bring them to the public. So according to the official spokesperson of the government of Liberia, Jeremiah Pierre said that the issue has been resolved. As far as the government of Liberia is concerned, the people in Guinea were doing and going about their normal business. And the people on the Liberia side, those who were being part of that process or that border plan, were back. According to him, they went for their co-part. They were cooking. Those kids were playing football. And everything was okay, according to the information minister. I do not work in the government. Princess do not work in the government. Oliver Khan has no position in the Unity Party government. So we didn't say it. We were not the one that brought the information to the 5.4 million people, as the census say in Liberia. It was the government that you voted for, that you gave responsibility to. The information minister, the people you trusted in 2023 to drive this bus. You gave them the key to the room on the west coast of Africa, the 45,000 square miles, the 16 tribes country, and the country with 15 counties. You gave them that responsibility, whether they were liars, whether they were responsible, but you saw them to trust them. You trusted their courage. And we brought that news to you yesterday, and we said, look, the information the government gave you about the southern border, you got to check that information. The first thing we did yesterday was to crisscross the media institutions. We brought you the information from the All Inquirer newspaper. And in the Inquirer newspaper, the Inquirer quoted the information minister Pierre's own comment. Yeah, we are expecting the call from Abu. So yes, let us take this call from Abu. We'll come to that issue. We have, and that is one of our talking points. So let us welcome Abu Sharif, right there on Freedom Hub. Abu, what's up?
Good afternoon, Jerome. Good afternoon to all of our listeners following the Freedom Hub at about this time. And it is a pleasure to only be heart of the Southeast, particularly Zulu Whiskey, to be specific, Grangeville County. So it's a good thing to be joining the show this afternoon.
You always sound unique and relaxed. Are you safe in Grangeville? Because you sound very relaxed as always.
Yes, that is part of the discipline, it's part of the training. And so we believe it is our duty to ensure that we maintain the mental stability of the people. So, of course, in our reportage, we always like to also communicate confidence and assurance. So that is the idea beyond our relaxation whenever we are engaging the public discourse.
Okay.
But it does not erase the fact that the momentum is as huge as anticipated.
Okay.
And in fact, it continues to grow. But as we go into the detail for why we are calling, certainly I know our people are all ears. Since we indicated that
yes, and that's why I don't want you to go to the goal. The build up to that goal that you just announced. Let us drive around the goal. So I wasn't in the vehicle, but driving through, getting into Grangita County, I want you to tell us what did you see and how your welcome was into the county.
Well, for the most part, there's been a lot of debate and conversations around the process of getting into Grangita County for the most part.
Yeah.
And, debate back and forth on the conditions of the roads and what they were before and what they are now. The time it would take a person to drive from Monrovia to Grangita County. All of these, there's been a back and forth conversation with the government in power today. And of course, the past government, the CDC and all that. So I can safely say to you that owing to the works that have been put in, and let's look at this conversation from a government or a country perspective.
Yeah.
Right? For what as a country we put into the southeastern corridor, right? Spanning from 2017 to where we are. Others who want to evaluate and say as a country, it's still too little at this point. But again, with the experiences of Bar Road and the challenges that our people went through over the years, right? It is safe to say that we've made enormous progress in terms of moving the roads from Ganta, passing Saclay, PA, and all the way to Tapeta.
Okay.
Right? The pavement has reached all the way there.
So we have to underline what you said. Your response is based on country and not a specific government or specific government.
Exactly. And then we can go, when we are talking about the government, then we can go into the specifics. Then we have to understand the contracts.
Okay.
When the contract started, and where was the contract before the transition happened and the Unity Party picked it up? What was the conditions? What was the situation? And then we can start to tackle the specifics.
Okay.
But for a country, communication is important for us to firstly understand as a country spanning different regimes and different administration where we are in terms of achieving pavement of roads to the southeast, particularly Grangita County. And I can safely say that we are at Tapeta as it is, but there are still difficulties in terms of the major bridges along the road. These bridges still remain undone, and you see the mobilization of the equipment around them. And I was here somewhere around 2022, right, when I visited that corridor to do inspection when the project was very active, right? Some of those bridges, particularly 2 to 3 major bridges, and to realize that in 2026, those bridges are yet not completed. It also raises a concern. It is important for Liberia to always take the issues, and to always, mixing the Liberian conversation with partisan politics. When we do that, we allow the politicians to scot-free, while the public interest, the public goods are left on. And now to look at these from those angles and those perspectives. Yes, why is it? So we should be asking the question, what is it since 2022, for example, and up to now, we're in 2026, the major bridges along the corridors are yet not completed by the contractors. What is the hold on? What is the delay? These things are very, very important for Liberians to begin to ask about.
Okay. Now, the main issue here with the happenings with the anniversary of the CDC in one of the counties, Grangita County. When you enter, what did you see for yourself when it comes to a particular program taking over a county?
Okay, I know we are very upbeat about letting the cat out of the bag, but these are political events.
Mm-hmm.
And once they are political events, we have to clear out the political issues around it, and that is the center of that is the road situation. And most people, ever since I announced our coming to the county, the guys have been asking, what's the experience about the road and blah, blah, blah. So we see this as an opportunity to provide education. I stopped the road at Tapeta, but that is not the end of the stretch.
Okay.
Right? From Tapita, you have to come Toast Town. They say it's Toast City now, right? Before coming all the way down to Zweju City. So the rest of that is lateral roads, but they are moderately maintained, and, compared to probably in the heart of the rainy season. So they are fairly pliable, right? Which is a good thing, but they are not paved. From Tapita coming all the way to Toastan, all the way to Zweju City, those corridors remain unpaved ever since the CDC left power in almost 3 years since the United Party took over. So it's important for the UP folks to also answer to these concerns. Why is it? It's taking you 3 years, and from Tapita to here, we're not seeing any major, road work on besides regular, maintenance to keeping the lateral roads in shape, which is a good thing. But the project was intended to pave the roads, and we're not seeing any major covered works being done and all of that. So the ordinary man wouldn't take, key on these things, but this is important so that politicians don't just, run over things. That is that. For those of you that are concerned as to how did we, get to this point of the Southeast Road, it's important for you, first of all, to know that all of these conversations practically actually begin around 2018.
Mm-hmm.
The record shows that 2018. And the issues about road work, Jerome, it has to begin with planning. So the planning that has to do with the resettlement action plan for the Ganta to Tapita 100-kilometer road, right, started 2018 when the CDC took over, right? That is the first phase, which is later on divided into 2 segments that will be handled by 2 separate companies just to run over. So the groundbreaking of this construction started. Official groundbreaking ceremony for second 1. That is Ganta to Saclay is about 39 to 40 kilometers. That groundbreaking took place in December 2, 2018. The fast checkers are there. They can check it up. It's important that we feed our population with credible and reliable information. December 2, 2018. And that event, the record shows that it was attended by President George Manuel Weah. The Chinese ambassador then was Rin Yenshin, and other officials that attended the groundbreaking ceremony in December 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then the project moved forward, right? So the full 100-kilometer Ganta to Tapita corridor was later split into 2, right? The first phase, 39 kilometers from Ganta to Saclay, which is well done. And what I saw coming between Ganta to Saclay, I saw under this administration, probably you want to give that credit, the final layer, the fresh laying of the last layer of asphalt pavements,
Mm-hmm.
right? We saw that fresh laying over that, which is a good thing, and finishing touches on drainages, sidewalks, and all of those things were being done. We also observed that while driving coming to Zweju on last evening. And then lastly, the remaining 61 kilometers Saclay to Tapita went to the China Rio 7 Group SRSG. This is the company that's in charge. But what is important for us to know, this project got stalled somewhere around 2023. Others will say due to the elections and all of that, resources and fundings weren't coming as the contractor, most of the contractor indicated. So 2024, after the election, the Unity Party took over. It's expected and anticipated that they will pick it up from there as government is continuity. And obviously, the mantle of authority has been transferred to the Unity Party. So the progress from 2024 to now is where the question should be. So if the heavy lifting were done from 2018 to 2023, that almost set the stage for completion of pavement from Ganta to Tapita, which is about 100 kilometers, and then from Tapita now to Zweju, right? Not much is being done there, but yes, credit to the Unity Party for the regular maintenance of the road. We are in June and putting into July, and the rains have been coming, and the road looks fairly pliable. I think we can also give that to them, but we critically need to ask, why is it moving at a very slow pace and that quota has not finally reached? Because lastly, and then we can go to the main issue, is during the 2023 campaign, the very senator that's been loudly talking in Grand Judea, Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno, is on tape. And Grand Judeans have also been updating us about that in Toasttown, when he told the people that, look, can guarantee you, and when you gave George Weah his second term, when George Weah has a second term, in 2024, quota will reach Toasttown. And there's I think almost about 45 to 1 hour drive from Tapita to Toasttown or thereabout, right? So he was very certain. So that was an indication in the minds of Grand Judean that the fundings were secure, the contracts were signed. So why is it we're in 2026 and quota has yet not reached Toasttown, least to talk about Zwedru? So basically, that is for our friends and everybody listening. The updates around the rules. Yes, you can drive, you come through, but we can guarantee what July will be like between the corridors, Tapita to Zwedru, right? To Toasttown. We can guarantee what the rules will be like when the rains start to get heavier than what they are now. Basically, that is the clarity. So each of the different parties can pick on where the advantage points are.
So to conclude on that road issue, if you were to put a grade, is it fair? Is it fair? Is it good? Is it excellent? Perhaps you say maybe trying.
Then I will come back again and take that from a country perspective. As a country, and with our experience with rules and all of that, I think it's a good thing. It is a good thing. It's a beautiful draft. It is a great project. And we have to put our government to deliver on it and complete it and move to something else. Infrastructural development is something that benefits the country, irrespective of which party it is.
Okay.
And irrespective of what time the contracts are signed. So we must put it because our people need it. Our people need it. You come, you see the struggle here. You see the challenges. So if we can just deliver rural as one of the utility services that our people can count on and say, oh yeah, these are the dividends of our taxes. These are the dividends of our contribution to national government. I think that would be a good thing.
Okay. We stay on the conversation. Thank you so much. At least people back here in Montserrado County, I say the base of the reservoir of politics. Perhaps they can argue that, but I admire when you say we should all take it from a country point of view, not as a political party point of view. But you got that last night, am I right?
Yeah, sure. I got there last night to a very rousing welcome. And I mean, the city is so filled. So the moment, an arrival is noticed, and
I almost asked you if Grand Judeans were expecting you or the team. They knew you were coming.
I'm not sure they were expecting me. It was a shock to a lot of people, especially when I did the post on social media, and then I started receiving a lot of calls on messengers. As I think a lot of them have been here following Freedom FM, and they've been following our work. And then a huge group came to my hotel where I stay, to identify all of that, which was a good thing. But again, I can tell you for free, I don't know what it will be like. I mean, we try to be apolitical as we can, but look, the events are political, and if the narrative have been that the CDC has lost its footing here, I'm yet to see what truly indicates that. I'm speaking to you from right in front of the superintendent compound, the Thomas Palace or whatever, right there, and opposite there is a field. The field that was initially engaged by the CDC to host these events, and I'm told that there was an attempt by the government folks in the county to ensure that this place is very strategic. It's in a cycle, and it's very, very ideal and strategic. So apparently, they feel giving this out, especially at a time where the senator in the county has been very loud against the CDC, who communicate something quite differently, and then they've been maneuvering in some political ways to ensure that CDC doesn't have that place, rather to go to the county stadium and all of that. So, and then I asked for what? They said there's a tournament ongoing. And this tournament, ever since this morning, I started observing from right here. The momentum is poor, the turnout is poor, and then you begin to ask yourself question, why would you deny a national political party of having its event that were far communicated to the authorities here?
So you telling us, Abu, you telling us that the county tournament, the attendance is just poor, and the concentration of the people now.
I am not sure it is. I am not sure it. Yeah, Jerome, I'm not sure it is a tournament, but what I've gathered is that one official from the Ministry of Youth and Sports decided to organize some sort of unity tournament also.
In the same timing with the CDC program.
Exactly. So that many citizens have been considering a calculated sabotage and all of that. So as it is, the CDC folks are using the Kante Stadium. The event is actually on the 27th, which is this coming Saturday. So we don't know, especially as momentum continues to grow towards a great day in Zueju, especially when news and reports started coming from Monrovia about confession from very well-placed, well-seated opposition political figures. Like we heard here while in the country that Simon Freeman of the MPC has confirmed, and in fact is contemplating embarking on his trip to Grand Jida County. That was another news that took the citizens off their feet, and they were so excited. Whatever doubt or cynicism they had before now, they're beginning to understand that their political party still command authority within the realms of the opposition political parties in Liberia or political opposition in the country. And then just before any time, the ANC also through its stand-up bearer, or if you may, political leader, Alexander Benedict Cummings, also issued a statement confirming his acceptance to serve as the occasion's keynote speaker. And all of those have rekindled the excitement and the exuberance within the local party structure.
Have you managed to? Have you managed to visit maybe marketplaces and maybe art centers and local political leisure centers to know what are the ordinary people keep talking about this program, or what do they have other issues to discuss about?
Certainly so. The initial approach has been firstly to do a sneak patrol, I like to call it, without any camera, without any stuff, just move around the place and eavesdrop on the conversations in the corridors. And I can tell you quite well, the entire country is aware that there is an event here. And the only event they talk about is the CDC event, right? Okay. I have not heard much can't talk conversations aside from some of the concerns raised about some administrative, manipulation that's trying to happen, and leaders that I've also managed to speak to, especially former officials of government. I intend to reach out to the local leadership here to ascertain from them, because we have Saturday what level of preparation. Even the joint security, I will hope to talk to them to see where we are, because no matter what, the greatest responsibility of maintaining peace, order, and stability in the country lies squarely with the government. And that's what we are paying them. That's what the citizens are paying them. No Liberian is supposed to be injured or is supposed to be hurt because of any administrative, quote-unquote, alleged administrative manipulation or whatever. So the inquest will be to ascertain from them what degree of control they are putting into place to ensure that we minimize friction, and that each of the political institutions or each of the sides can have their events amicably. As you may be aware, we are still very far from general elections. These are just celebration marking the historical metamorphosis of the CDC, its birth to how it has metamorphosed over the years and the periods and the experiences. So we are also here to hear from them and know from them what exactly have they contributed as a political institution to the body politics since the cessation of hostility and all of that.
Have you managed to interact or see some past officials, especially maybe people who are partisans of the CDC, who work in the CDC government?
Yes, of course. So early this morning,
of discussion right here on Freedom Hub 87.9. But let me take this break as we connect Abu right here on your radio.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, now why you to us? You hearing claims to even be the hero for your experience. But why?
Okay, Abu, sorry, we had some technical problem with the internet from our end here. But welcome back. You are telling us about some of the officials of the CDC.
yeah, certainly. So, like I was saying, we must talk with former Senator Marsha Dennis, who's very upbeat, and of course, is acting in the position as the spiritual father. And and of course, we talked to former Superintendent Kai Fale. He has been very receptive. You see him very engaged, moving from place to place and coordinating quite well with former Senator Marsha Dennis. And we've also been observing mass arrivals from the different villages and towns and districts in Grandeur County. I mean, the county is rallying massively. I can say that to you. It's evident the results are here. And certainly, probably on the program itself, they're going to speak for themselves. And we continue to receive arrival. I think up to now, the delegation from Lofa is here. The delegation from the River Says, the delegation from Maryland County entered Grangida through a traditional means. You know, they came with their honk and they were singing. That was so very beautiful for me. And so, yeah, and so we're also getting reports and news about high power. Tonight, I expect that we're going to stay up a little longer to capture all of the arrivals, especially the names, the very powerful names we're hearing that are coming to Grangida. And this weekend, I think Grangida is going to be the center of political attraction in the Southeast, here, Liberia. The focus is going to be right here because the media is all ears and the eyes are right here in Zulu Whiskey. And this is truly promises to be a moment, as many are looking at it. This is promising to be the moment where CDC announces its intent clearly as to where it intends to go with 2029 general and presidential elections, especially when pundits are also critically reviewing and looking at the endorsements and, of course, the fact that Cummings, MPC political leader, Musa Belete and others will be paying their way, braving it to come all the way to counting. So I think there's a bit of panic, and I don't know where the panic is coming from. But let's see how tomorrow plays out. Let's see how Saturday, which is the D-Day, also comes out. So we'll be providing you all of the necessary updates just as they unfold.
Okay, anything we didn't talk about?
I think basically the last thing just to close up is the events that's happening right now. That's the game, the tournament that's organized, the sporting activities. All of those are build up activities to the program to keep setting all of these to be a temporary update with views across the city from point to point. And those of you listening that are interested will follow Freedom TV Live. We'll do that for you in a jiffy as we conclude all of the preparation. Thanks a lot, Jerome, and thanks to all of those listening. We hope necessary clarity being made, especially to the rule issue now.
Okay.
Thank you, Comrade.
Thank you for taking up your time. It was nice having you here on Freedom Hub, Abu. So take care of yourself and stay out of trouble. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Abu Sharif of Freedom, making things easier for those of you internet. But we are here. But yes, this is Liberia. And every day when I come here, I will appear myself saying this. When you come into the country, whether you have your phone, or you listening to radio, or you having a conversation in your community, you listen to people, everybody. You see some of the responses, you get sick. You get sick. And you want and leave. That's how life is. So once you are given an opportunity, do well. Because some people will want to hijack power. And like I said, we have plenty of discussion. We have plenty of things to talk about. And I see that the Unity Party chairman is talking plenty. He's saying all kinds of things. And we're looking at how the government is performing. We're looking at how partisans from the Unity Party speaking about how their officials in government, the guys are mean to them. These are things we have been saying repeatedly. You will be behind the scene defending these people in the public. But behind the scenes, things are difficult for you. And it's so good some of you are now coming to the public to accelerate us. For the people to know that we do not just say things because we want to say it. And we will not. One thing we're not going to do here is to give room to lies. And that's why when we give you information, we go home, we sleep well. Because there's one thing about truth. My Brazilian friend, she said, look, Jerome, my Brazilian friend was talking to her. She said, look, Jerome, the lie can use the lift. But the truth can use the step. The one you call elevator, that what the lie can use. And that is the problem with this government and its official. They believe that, and they do not want to take off that jacket, that cap, that hat. So we should use the same lies to continue governing. No. You can speak loosely. You can talk loosely. You can say anything you want to say. Nobody will account for what you want to say. But when you get into the government, the pressure becomes so high. And that's what happened these few days. It has been happening. It has been happening. It continues to happen. Whether from the president's angle, whether from a commissioner angle, whether from a deputy minister angle, or whether from a minister proper angle, the lies, it has been happening, folks. And that is why we choose truth over lies. Now, I want you to listen. Day before yesterday, we have a lot of issues, and so this is our first talking point. After this, we'll open the telephone lines for our listeners and those of you viewing us on the internet. And I say we're having a very cracking internet, and so there's no issue. But via the radio, you can monitor us on 87.9. Day before yesterday, whether the government of Liberia did it on purpose to thwart the issue of the drug discussion in the country, the Minister of Information, the official spokesperson of the government of Liberia, came to the public. Jeremy Pia announced that with efforts, diplomatic efforts between the government of Guinea and the government of Liberia, the Solomon issue with Guinea and Liberia was resolved. According to Pia, according to the government of Liberia, according to the information ministry, if you were in Sodoma and you are a Liberian, but you left because of the tension, the government of Liberia under Joseph Boakai and his information minister, they were telling you that, hey, return. But then the message was, those of you in Montserrat County, in Grand Bassa, in Nimba, in other parts of Liberia, we have settled, we have found a remedy and settled this fault. That's the government you voted for. And they were saying, everything is okay. Everything is okay. And then we came back here right after the information minister spoke to the country, after the government official statement. And that is why I was telling you from the initial stage that you should be grateful. You should be thankful. You should appreciate every day Freedom FM. When you wishing well for Liberia, wish well for Freedom FM. When you praying for your country, your children, your job, your life, there is one thing you should not forget about. Because while other institutions in the country decided to work in line with lies and choose the government of Liberia and buried information, Freedom FM choose to stand alone for the interests of the ordinary people. So we came here yesterday. We crisscrossed the entire media outlet. And one of the media institutions that we give credit to is the Inquirer newspaper. The Inquirer newspaper quoted the information minister. In his war, everything was okay. People were doing their normal business. The Guinean soldier went back to the capital, Conakry. Everything was fine. So even if you ran away from Lofa County, from Solomon, go back. But we were saying, no, the information is fake. The government is playing game. The government is lying. And the government knows that, yes, this information we are giving to the public is a lie. Now, we were telling you yesterday, don't believe them. Don't trust them. Don't depend on them. Today, Liberians, we are in a complete mess. Today, listen. Listen to what the government of Joseph Boakai said again. Listen. Oh, my people. How did we get here? That is the question. How did we get here? How? Information Minister Jeremiah Pia lied again today. Listen, Pia lied a day ago and is now facing renewed attention over his handling of public communication on the Solomon border issue. His earlier remarks that the border was calm and under control while the dispute remained unresolved have been criticized around the world. Now, we get the information that there are a couple of folks within the government of Liberia who are trying to go to Guinea for another discussion. How will you tell the country that everything is okay? Forget about the bulletin, we solved it, we did it diplomatically, everything is okay. At the end of the day, after Freedom FM, Inquirer newspaper, and Orchid FM came out to say no. The Minister of Information is giving fake news to the public. And so we will call our reporters who are assigned in that part of Liberia. When they went to do the inquiry, folks, Guinean soldiers that the information minister said going back to the capital of Guinea in Conakry, the soldiers were back. The soldiers were there. They're not even back. They were there. So let me read this to you. This is what Pia's clarity. And this is his response to his own comment he made day before yesterday. Y'all listen, yo. What I said is that the border is peaceful. Now, well, let me conclude there. I'll go after it again. What I said is that the border is peaceful. It's calm. People are going about their perspective. That means their business. It is far separate from saying the pending crisis has been resolved. Pia told BC that, hey, the issue with Liberia and Guinea concerning the border has been resolved. 2 days. In between those 2 days, few media institutions, including Freedom FM, OK FM, and Inquiry newspaper, as a matter of fact, Inquiry newspaper quoted the information minister based on what he said. So Pia is telling the country, only he understand English in the country. That's what I can do. That's what I can do. This is the 3rd year of this government. Year 3. So all the other reports, the Inquiry newspaper, the New Democrat, Front Page Africa, OK, Freedom FM, all the news the people been reporting. Only today that people do not understand his English. You see what lie can cause? You see what lie can cause? And when people come back with voices to talk to you people, then I say, oh, the person rude. But when people who should be responsible, having responsibility to serve the country, and you choose lie over truth, and you think we're supposed to respect you. So imagine that if Freedom FM, OK FM, had not called their reporters in Sodoma, in Lofa County, with the border dispute, were we to see the information minister coming back to say, oh, now I say, oh, it is a shame, folks. It is a shame. Look, this government cannot offer you anything but lies. How dare you think we are in 1921? How dare you think we are in 1922? And that is why I say, if anybody within this government believe that somebody will cheat in 2029, you living in the land of utopia. You living in dream. You believe in things that will never happen before. This is a sophisticated war. This is a transformed war that nobody plays with the intelligence of people, whether the literate or the illiterate. You don't play with people's intelligence. That's the same thing they did. The same thing they did in year 2. When they lied to the country, when the president said the Unity Party government built more roads than any government in this country. They gave that to Bwaka to bring it to the public and read it. And Bwaka gave the information to the country. And you know, sometimes we have to say these things. As a president, you don't just be a reader. You don't just be a reader, because as far as the Liberian people are concerned, they didn't vote for Pia. They didn't vote for a public works minister. They voted Bwaka. You have that responsibility to be truthful. Bwaka came to the country and said that since Liberia was established, built, funded, and with the patterns of independence, his government built more road than Toba, more road than Joseph Jenkins Rabo, more road than Stephen Allen Benson, more road than Ellen, more road than we are. And Bwaka expects us to believe. As a leader, you can't even think that, hey, the thing I read it, that makes sense. You took that nonsense, you bring it to us, and you want us to accept. When we go to others, say, oh, we can argue. No. The first thing here is, as a president, as a minister, as an official, you must have a responsibility to behave number. And that number say is based on mutual respect between you and the people. The first pattern of a leader to be truthful. You have to be truthful. They see group of people said that they created 70,000 jobs across the country. And today, after creating 70,000 jobs, their own partisans are crying. Let me read something from a Unity Party partisan. Let me read something. A government that provided 70,000 jobs across the country. How come your own partisans are complaining that there are no jobs in the country? They're suffering. They're going through a lot. And the ministers they depend on to help, the ministers are mean to them. But you create that the same nonsense they own today. The information minister comes to the public and say, the Solomon border, everything okay. Y'all go back. Y'all go do your normal businesses. Things are working. Everybody, the people going to the farm, the Guinean soldiers going back, the Liberian soldiers, you won't kill people in the country? You want set citizens up? You want for the Omanen to lose their farms? On serious government? La government? BM government? When we go talk, then I say, oh, the way we can talk to you. The way you can do your thing and how we're talking. Look, we're on a mission. Huh? There was a guy who used to take care of us. You know what he would say? He would say, if the B-man get respect, no. If the child get a B-man respect and the B-man I won't get a child respect, that respect, if you're not giving me respect, I will wasa wasa. The first pillar of a president, of a government, be truthful. Have that responsibility to be truthful. About give it to one 87-year-old man. He sits there, he just people, a bunch of criminals there, just around him, using him, nothing they can do. The country just stuck. When you go talking and they say you rule. Wait, I come in, I will read something for y'all. The people who said they created 70,000 jobs, the president made a statement in January. I'm gonna sorry for the people on the internet today. You're beyond our own. Let me read this for you back to what one of the ministers of the Unity Party said. This is sad. Okay. This person belongs to the Unity Party. She said it is frustrating that Unity Party is talking yo. That Unity Party partisans talking yo. This is not a sedition. She doesn't come from ANC. She's not a neutral person. She is not a sympathizer. She's a partisan of the Unity Party, a person who believes. But this is what we're facing. Now, she says, Ari, it is so frustrating to see you trying to bicker in your own government. A lot of us are dying in silence because of shame. Folks, then a minister of the Unity Party responded. Yeah. This is the minister of Youth and Sports. She said, you all need to stop tagging me on your mean government post. Weepa, she talking about herself. I am me Pro Max. My job is to deliver change in my sector and not to share my salary with you. This is a now. My point here is the lie. Because if the government provided 70,000 jobs, you know what a 70,000 job is? Huh? In a small country, 5.4 million people, 70,000 jobs for ordinary Liberians. If the government of Bouaka delivers 70,000 jobs in year one, if you have that capacity as a government, if you have that capacity as a government, as a president who has 45 years experience, you know how I call that 45 years experience? Having seen Bouaka perform in 3 years, I call that trash. Bouaka experience is a trash. He has no experience. He lacks leadership ability. They were lying to us in January. They were lying to us in January that their government built more roads than any government in Liberia. In January. In the same January, they provided 70,000 jobs, according to them. Day before yesterday, 3 days ago, the information minister of Liberia, Bouaka information minister, says that the Sodoma issue is under control. But when Freedom FM yesterday said, look, that information is fake. Information, Freedom FM called it's reported in that part of Liberia. The guy said, as far as we concerned, the Guinea people stay here. The Guinea army stay here. As a matter of fact, our own security people, they are almost far when you're using $200. 200 liberty distance. That's why our own soldier, they are. So just imagine. Imagine $200 distance. But the information minister said that, hey, everything is under control. After Freedom FM trash his nonsense, he comes back and say, oh, that thing I said yesterday, you misunderstood me. Come on, you, Pierre. So the whole country now will misunderstand. You know English? Even though Trump said all of us can speak good English. So you know the British man's language? You understand the Queen's language? You understand the Queen's language? You. Pierre. Jeremy Pierre understands the Queen's language. So we don't understand him all. It's rubbish. Listen to his rubbish. The nonsense he wrote. No, I can tell you, I say anybody who is elected president of our country, and you choose to work outside that constitution that brought you into the presidency, me, Jerry Roosevelt, I will have no respect for you. Mark it. And that is found of nobody. This is total Bouaka. When you and your ministers are truthful, you people will not die. You'll be truthful to the people for once. And that's the same nonsense they're doing with the drug issue. That the same nonsense they're doing with the drug. What kind of people that you don't respect yourself? What kind of government? Nobody respect yourself. From the president to the minister, nobody respect yourself. Then you want me to respect you? You're breaking people's homes down. People go talk here. The president ready, he take new job from people. People talk, he calls them. What kind of rude president would you tell people say, God, you making no land? And you want people to respect you. Lie is the intentional violation of truth, folks. One of the things that God hates, that lie. If you people don't have anything to offer, the president should resign, folks. You can just wake up in the morning, all day you just lying to people. People put trust in you, voted for you. You know how many people got on a ring? You know how many old people trusted Baka got on a ring because of his old age? That the mess here. That the nonsense here. That the nonsense here. The thing where business y'all are causing people in the country. That hey, so you're looking out. That the professional people, that the educated people, the thing where y'all were doing, causing people all around here. That hey, so that they that they think business. That this kind of leadership, why the president is confused, the information minister is confused, the partisans all hungry. Look, as long as you are governing the 45,000 square miles, and Ajay Roosevelt has voice, he has breath in his system, he will echo his messages this. You're just acting confused. Then when the man from Nigeria say they're angry. 3 days ago, the border issue stopped. Everything okay. So in case freedom or not here. And that is why I'm telling you people will continue, and you have to continue praying freedom. Pray for freedom. You have to continue to pray for freedom FM. It is a shame. It is disgraceful, folks. We thought, look, let me tell you something. I was telling Mimi, I said, Mimi called me the other day. She said, Mimi Jabadi, she said, Jeremy, I thought the people there were going to be eating this, they're going to be the children. I said, yo, because that's what we expected. If you really do your analysis, you will know that Liberia is stuck. You will know that our country is not moving anywhere. The country is hard, the rock. Look, Baka is a backlog, man. Whether you like it or not, like your business, I don't care. Look, anybody who comes, the Bible says when the blessed man comes into leadership, the country prosper. The country move forward. But when the wicked and cursed man comes and comes into the leadership, the country go in mess. And that's where we are. There where we are. Nothing happening. Every day noise. You can't even see companies or even company to come to say, I want to work with the Baka government. Let me clap for Ellen. I have to clap for Ellen. Look, that woman knew Baka. Ellen, wherever you are, thank you, madam. Thank you, our grandmother. What our great-grandmother, our mother. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Ellen knew Baka. Ellen knew that Baka is a waste. A complete waste. So Ellen was trying hard that her legacy would not damage. Ellen knew the man. The man is a chaklacha. Look, anybody that curse, when you hold anything, I think they move forward. What kind of man will not fighting war, nothing happening, the country just stick? Imagine, United Party partisans are crying. Wait, where that message? I will keep reading this message, folks. I will keep reading this message. We're going to know some way here. The man will bring things. People couldn't hear. Are the nonsense here, so? When y'all causing noise, y'all hear that here, so? Y'all get vet at your business. Me, I get time for y'all. As far as I'm concerned, the Liberian people more than you. If Bouaka died, we're putting there. Partisan. Crying for job, folks. It is so frustrating to see you turn to baker in your own government. A lot of us are dying in silence because of shame. I don't want to call her name. I know her. And if you United Party people know how the lady love, how she is a loyal to your United Party, if you sound and get feeling, and if you are not heartless and grateful like Bouaka, you will find something for her to do. Because I know her. I don't want to call her name. If you know how loyal she is, in year 3, for this lady to be crying, it is a shame to the Unity Party. You open your mouth and say you created 70,000 jobs for people. That's some of the 70,000 jobs where your people crying for work. You like it or not, the CC government was far better than they mess with him. And you know, I used to tell Jerome Thompson and some of the folks, including me, I said, look, I want Georgia to get a country to the people. When I was at King's FM, I said it. I said, what would make me happy for President Weah to give the country to these people? And now, Jeremy and I will be lecturing and laughing. He said, my man, the only thing your government listen to you to get a country to all the other things that we use to tell you not listen to you, but the pie listen to say get a country to the people. That is so. Look, some of us we were not born to be, or we are not perfect. Huh? We are not perfect. We are not pastors. But we were taught. We were taught. We know how life is. As young as we are, we know, we understand life. Look, it is written. Tell your impen, let me tell you one short something. Just tell your impen, you can learn from this. Take your pen. Or you take your phone. I'm about to say very short. I will give you the reason. Listen. The Liberian people, don't put that one there. The one I want you to write, I'll put it, when I write to say, I will let you know. No. The Liberian people, they made the biggest mistake in the history of this country by voting somebody like Bouaka. And there will be no generation in Liberia to ever make that kind of mistake again. Huh? The mistake that Liberians made in 2023, no generation in this country, generation at 39, 30, 38, 39, 40 years, that one generation there, it doesn't surpass 40. But no generation in Liberia will make that kind of mistake that Liberians made in 2023. Now listen, right. It is written. And this is why I want you to write. Whenever a man celebrates his birthday, he takes a giant step to his grave. Liberians will not make the mistake they made in 2023. Obviously, Bouaka is out of the picture. Nobody in your sound man should think, mark my word today. What's the date? Mark my word. Bouaka will never be president again. That one, you just go pack it. What are you in your dream? You say you dream, Bouaka won election, which would never happen. I'll be president. Eh? Now I'm telling you, and you must. But that Bouaka, who is a president of Liberia today, when I'm not saying evil, I'm saying when Liberians walk to ballot boxes to cast their vote, Bouaka will be off. Huh? He's not going to be president. That is why I said that the mistake in 2023, that mistake, I forget it. While they can say mistakes are not allowed to be made, we pass it. 2029, if you are a United Party partisan, you working in United Party government, the best thing you can do with your stealing money, make use out of it. Telling somebody I want to say the number you all will see for Trump in a US election, you're more will vote. But today, I regret that I didn't tell that person. People are shocked. People are actually disappointed. If you had that courage to say, oh yes, I'm voting for this man, because this man, if you were a child and then you celebrated your birthday, you celebrated your birthday and why am I why I say I'm gonna make it sense here. Because in that age, that time you set home to take care of your children. The first evaluation you people should have done, that man is 84, 85 years old. He worked as an agriculture minister. He headed the local defense force. He worked at LPRC. He worked until he became a vice president of a country. Year 13, they may work for 12 years. Year 13, they may not get money to go to hospital. And you turn around, you put your trust in that kind of human being, that kind of loser, that kind of bingo. Look, Bouaka is a bingo. You know what a bingo is? You go, you just put your money there. You show that you get something, but it's not something that you compare. When you voted for that kind of human being, and you think our country will move forward, we're not going anywhere, folks. We lose. Go in your community. Go in your community and find. Let's forget about Bouaka. Go into your community, find somebody who are making, because Bwaka was making around 25, 26,000 per month in 12 years, 12 unbroken years. Bwaka left the vice presidency. He had no company, he had no business. There was nothing doing. Bwaka had to be depending on GoFundMe, people sending him money, he begging all over the place. How can you go put your trust in that kind of man? Even English sentences, they have example. What the example that Bwaka was showing, that example was a red line. A complete red line. Now, let's forget about Bwaka. Somebody who lives in your community. And that person makes 3,000 US in Liberia. They want to not Bwaka out because Bwaka is part of the Unity Party. So let's move him from there. That you and I now, community to community. And not Bwaka out, that John Paul. That person makes 3,000 US. And when you walk into a place, trust me, you can get your 1212, apart from your salary. That person makes 3,000 US. And that person is so mean to the extent that nobody in the community benefits. And at the end of the day, after 12 years, that person lost their job. Then the next month, the person goes to the community chairman and say, chairman, last week things were not okay. So I'm begging you, man, please talk to the community. Let them put money together for me. At least so I can be cooking. So at least I can be eating or I can sell something. Then the community chairman says, Sonny, I will carry you on the football field. So I can call all the people so we can discuss this. And they took that particular human being, they point in the middle of the football field, then they call you, who can be defending Bwaka, call you as a citizen, as a that community. Then the community chairman say, my people, one UN of the yeah. $3,000 US that John Paul was making. John Paul said, hey, he not got no, he not say on him. The whole last month, he not easy. And so I see all of you in the community. You other put 500 lewated together. So we owe, 5,000 get to on the 5,000 you are making you. According to the UN and other international partners, they said Bouaka government signed 68 concessions agreement, and only 3 were correct. So it's telling you that all of the agreement that Bouaka signed as vice president that passed through the Senate, that was also cooked. So Bouaka got millions of dollars. Year 13, the message he get money in baking. I was living unknown. That only stupid people can live their life like that. Trust me. Only people want to get sense, who are not built, will live their life like that. So, will you take your money and give it to John Paul? And that was the mistake Liberian took in 2023. And now, the lifestyle that John Paul used to live, that used their life, that what we hear so. Nothing happened in the country. Will you take your money and give it to John Paul? Will you take your 500 liberty, 50,000 people living in that community, raising that money, or 5,000 people living in that community to give it to John Paul? What do you think you're going to get? I know you. I know Liberians, how they can discuss things. In fact, when the chairman tell you, say, on Monday we collecting the money, when you go home, that the money you will be on. Who am I going to tell that money go give it to that stupid man, that man who John Paul? When what a man take, what kind of, when how people stupid so? Let somebody give me 500 US, see how we turn it around. You will say that thing. Look, those of you on the internet, we're sorry today. We're sorry. The internet is very, very bad. We're sorry. It's like you're not even part of our conversation as well. But this is it. This is it, folks. This is what Liberia is in as a country. No, it's just telling the people. God, one way, when you take your money and get to John Paul, will you be fair to yourself? What got well 12 years, making over $200,000 nothing that kind of make go get our country to. What you expect? They're taking drugs all over the place. You get one old man surrounded by a bunch of criminals. When they're ready, they do all kinds of things. Look at how the people can sack their own people. What can I get down there? As a matter of fact, the man can be putting his signature on things that, oh my people, how come we got here, my people? How come? And when you're talking these things, you want to shed tears. And like I was saying, y'all don't take my word for granted. Nobody will take my word for joke. If you in your unity party government, and you think in your mind that Bouaka will be president again, and so you misusing your money, you will be the Bouaka himself. And if you get that notion, where your chairman say you rule the country for 200 years, you get that notion. Nobody will dream of cheating. Nobody in this country. You see today, just 3 days later, the information minister had to come back and say, oh, and now we are saying, and the Solomon border issue. Hey, the only good that Liberia or Liberians can do for Bouaka, you enjoy your 6 years, you're bound 2.5 years. You enjoy it. You won't be Tele2, you won't swim, you won't lay down, you won't put your feet in the air. Anything you won't do, you do it in your balance 2.5 years. Any contradiction above 2029, and somebody thinks that, hey, Bouaka can be president again. I'm not telling you we're not going to vote. We're going to vote. But if you believe in your mind that they useless government are in here, they confuse things. They dare president that you get, and now you be moving, and you think that, hey, you will win election in Liberia. Far. When I used to tell Jeremy, when I used to tell the people, I say, hey, I will appreciate that President Weah gave the country to the Unity Party so we can see. And there were other people who are getting angry. Today, and you see now, and you relax, the pin gone. The pin, all those pins are gone. And you see the mess. So whoever to take their 500 level and go get to John Paul. But you know why the people then who will be causing John Paul. They're not going to cause Bwaka because Bwaka represents their party. But the Bible said Jesus didn't speak with a parable. If I were to bring John Paul to you, you will not get your money. You will call John Paul useless. You will call John Paul useless. And once you call John Paul useless, it is the reality of the action of Bwaka. Only useless people can behave like that. $25,000 to a year every month. Calculate. Calculate. When you finish calculate the first 12 per year, 25, 25, 25, 25, times 12. Then you go to the other 12. Then you calculate times 12. Then you know how much Bwaka have. Without market, after 12 years, without market, the men again. That kind of man go take your country too. And the men today ride cheap. $1 million. They see when you use to misuse his money. The people go to advising, it cost the people. Like, they see when you can be costing your sit down there. Y'all go to the line and take call here. Call us. We'll soon be leaving. Call us. Let me give you more time. You're just lying all over the place. Lying all over the place. Today when Bwaka lie, the information minister will lie. When the information minister doesn't lie, the commissioners then will be lying. When they don't lie, the other group of people that they think we're in here. So yeah, let's go pick up calls. Come on, they 0776. Yeah, hello. Yeah, welcome. Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you coming on?
I'm okay. The information minister said the journalists across the country didn't understand him when he said the Solomon border issue settled. But he said the thing I said, you.
Andrew, thank you very much. This is Spanish Cat 1 million years. Follower of Abraham Gospel. Andrew, when you get a government that know that they are very confused, that they not know their right from their left, then it become problem in the country. You will not hear when the information minister said that the way they advise people taking the thing when they want, he will get the people go for them to go for the border. You will not hear. You will not hear when the president said that the issue has been resolved. In fact, they finish talking the thing diplomatic way. You will not hear in the country.
Yeah.
So how can he say that the people never understand him? The journalists, the people never talking, they never understand him. The country is a serious problem.
Serious.
That serious problem we get in the country.
Serious.
The accident that the people make, like black people make, is a really accident that damage the country forever and ever. And we pray God that for the calamity to move over us. Because the people never know what they're really in the government for. How they're really ruling the country, they don't know. They get there. Seriously. So
okay.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's pick up this person. Hello?
Yeah, you are the room.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you also, my brother. The official spokesperson for the president of movement with the living room.
The minister said the journalist said, so
and you still want to I don't put it there lying and it would now you do that I do. You are going to come on. And the whole government went on their failure. Because somebody you hold on and then when you go over time, means there's no good record. No good record. Let's say maybe as a pastor, 2 years. After 2 years, when you was received million other more, they million loan. And so I tell you, we are fighting 10 million euros right here now. So we are now you're talking now. I don't want to say Israel. And so we don't have to do nothing. Well, Israel, that's what you want to do. I said that. So what is it? That no experience, nothing is just to bring to all to the country.
Thank you so much. Let's pick up this person. Hello.
How are you, sir?
The just say, Nana, what I say?
Pastor McGill.
Okay.
You know, like we have done a for common, and some people machine in our society that the government is confused. And that thing that Jeremiah Pierre said is what for it. He said that everything was, everything had been resolved. That the word he used, everything had been resolved. The people are moving about the normal businesses.
Yeah.
Those that were evacuated from the area are then going back to the respective areas. Then how can he come and say that the journalists did not understand him? I mean, that was the bringing falsehood. But however, we are seeing for ourselves. But the scenario is laid out. Yeah. But man, I don't know how to tell you, but it was only for genius to have laid out that kind of basic.
Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Ajahn.
Yeah, what? Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Joseph Faja, and I call from Shoe Factory.
Shoe Factory. The information minister says he didn't say what the media institutions are reporting that the issue with the Guinea border has been resolved, even though he made a comment 2 days ago.
You know, let me say something to you, Ajahn. There are certain behavior when you get it in you, a cooler just stay right in your family. You see, a cool you lie, let it lie within your family and let your family know that you can lie. But when you bring it outside, you disgrace your family. The lying of the government have gone to the international level. They have gone to the international level. The international community know very well that Bwaka government is big. The people, all those are in the government, they can lie. And I think this to you. For me, I really like the way you can cook your pepper soup. You and KOK, you and Lester, the way you can cook your pepper soup. Anybody that can lie, they just say because you try 8 years will come from in your eye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's pick up this person. Hello. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Mansisi?
Regular follow the line with you.
Oh, so I can get it. I can get it. I don't understand you. Okay, regular follow. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, that be real. When you can lie, you can see how the government looking. When they say kiri, they say palm way, they can see that when they can lie. Anybody can lie, you are a killer. How you looking? You are a killer. Therefore, when I evaluate that age, when you can say, oh, you get CTV, not nothing.
Yeah.
We still put the hammer, we carry that to America, we bring them back. We still put the hammer, we get America, and Boston, we bring them back. Now, in the time, it's down. So now you all over the place. You can't have anybody, nothing you can have from us. We go low on social media. So you got nothing from us. No lie, hello, will it be that for your boy? I don't know your name, you for your man. Then they will bring all lies and come and say it's not true. They forgot their lies, they make it lie. They don't do what they are, this is myself. On the fact that they're baby. I know what's going on in the fact that I know baby in that place. You want us to radio. Can you imagine? Look, our people, our partners are laughing at us, our friends are laughing at us, us are laughing at us. Don't forget to kill, steal, and destroy this country. You cannot tell in Lofa, that pull up, the people that take care of thousands of people. On the post, they pay the money to the Guinean government on that. And they far from the money was Desi, they both got together happy with me. They won with the money, they stole out when they came back, and they came to in the capital of Delhi. They said, I had one thing that Johnny was speaking that day. Oh, you're speaking, what can I hear you speaking? You're speaking, so I don't know, I have money, but I saw what you're speaking, I saw me. The only that people business, I saw people. What they can learn, now what they put for people, what? When I get to us, you never said that. But the people, what you told her, you said they play clear. No issue there. They don't go far, no jelly, was said, no, man, last the people. I want if I want police, if I want immigration, they far. Therefore, all the way there. I looking at the court get a gentleman. Three guys around there, tell me that 4 miles around there, around that polo. They got there away. Then you can't tell them, everything you come and say, oh, after that. Before they laugh, oh, they pay road, any other comment in the country. Then they keep and say, oh, that may say we will fly people. They see what other men went on, okay, say, oh, what I give me long job, what then we are. We talking about us, I'll go up with it, you go figure. No, I just make it on. Yeah, we say the mountain and figure out your boy. How the boy there?
Mohali.
Yeah, don't think about it. You go to what I get more job. You go to job people outside. Now we are going to bring outside. What job? But he said, oh, like the machine. Can you imagine? No, I can never say, the men of boss working here, like you say, all kids about your day. You say, oh, I pray that they bomb, they will get they job. And they take it. And they will people with fear. And you sell it, working them. Now, I wish that we have to win it. Let the lecture. Let people win that whole happy. Let the people see that I say, well, the government will let their lesson. Ain't happy to let their lesson. Look, I start for good one more. Don't put their liars. And when you get lies, you can see.
Okay.
Nobody get lies.
Okay.
Thank
you, man, Sisi. Thank you, Britain, from the regular caller. The most time we call a regular caller now. I'll start with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. That go 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation. I really admire your presentation.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. The Unity Party government always exhibit the attitude of rudeness. It misinformation to the Liberian people. Our information minister, man who take public relation is talking for a whole nation. Whole nation.
Yeah.
You are the PRO for a whole nation, Liberia. Then you are misleading your citizen. Why? Because these guys, when they came to power to enrich themselves, they are not doing what they learn in school. So we'll question that degree. Why? Yeah, seriously, Brother Jerome, they will question that degree. Because the people you go to school and what they taught you in school that what you should exhibit when you are giving a service to a country. That's what you should exhibit. So, Brother Jerome, thanks to the Freedom Ever family. I didn't call my name is Otis Barkley.
Okay.
I called for District 11.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hello. My best. Go ahead, but you have to move a bit from the radio. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Okay. My bad. We'll take 2 more calls and make it a deal. Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Joe, how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Guitar. Remember the show I movement. Let me be recommending for the show. You know, the analysis you making it's funny, it's very good.
Yeah,
For me, that kind of man, I can't put my money there. You know, because that kind of challenge there, you make it a 3 times. I know, some people in the country, they are very challenged by what they're so. You set that kind of position for that long time, then you can't come community meeting, you will put money together. If I say they will kill you, I can't put my money there, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Let me pick up the last call. Hello?
Hi, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Honorable Chairman. My name is T.O.P. Willie. I recently confessed for justice. My calling for social justice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation. But here's the thing. If I have been looking for a way to divert the public attention ever since the 19 million jobs is still about. Try all of their efforts and think what the information minister did. They were all purple. Of directing the mind of the Liberian people for the 19 million jobs discussion. That is why he did it. But you know what he did? He was intentional, he was on purpose. But let me tell you here, Mr. Information Minister, that issue of jobs is not some of your play issue that you're paying directing for attention on. We want to concentrate on the issue of that job. I enter that zero. Where it came from, how long it's been here, the warehouse that been hosted here. And you guys should stop calling small guys. Small picking, what name. We want no bigger guys. But it's not easy to get a kind of job in. In on it was living before on it. It was an airport security. Who got in and say, yeah, their budget is bigger than my head. But then, they were parading in our corridor hospital at $0 million. We want to the actual amount of jobs that came to that zero.
Okay. The person been really trying. So let me just squeeze this person. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, hello, how you doing? You sure you did well, boy? How the government look like?
Now the government, for all of the responses we got this evening, and trust me, I was heavily assisted by Anthony Stevens today. We'll be here on Monday. Yes, and our princess, she will be here together with our young chief Oliver Count. The team will be here on Monday in 4. But keep Liberia on your heart. We are in a mess. But until that day reaches, we'll all be hopeful. Well, if you are wise, your wisdom will speak to the simplicity and implementation of your speech. But if you are a fool, your fooling will sound loudly through big words. My name is Aljo Roosevelt. Thank you ever so much for listening.
I just want to ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue?